live with coverage you can count on. This is News 2 at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Carolyn Murray. We saw storms this afternoon, and more may be in store for our weekend. Those potential weekend storms will also come with summer heat. Let's go straight to the Low Country's chief meteorologist, Rob Fowler. Rob, how is the rest of our evening and our weekend shaping up?
Well, we still have some thunderstorms, some severe weather, Carolyn, on the map right now, but I think the theme again for the weekend will be more heat and humidity. Carolyn, back to you.
Okay, Rob, thank you. Well, after more than 48 hours on the run, the inmate who escaped from a Low Country prison is back in police custody tonight. The Department of Corrections suspects a drone was used to help 46-year-old Jimmy Causey escape. Causey broke out of Lieber Correctional Institution in Ridgeville around 8 o'clock on July 4th. Early this morning, he was found asleep in a room at a motel in Austin, Texas. As News 2's Ashley Osborne explains, Causey was found with weapons and a lot of money.
When authorities found him, he had multiple guns on him, one of them a semi-automatic weapon, a cell phone, and $47,000 in cash. In Ridgeville, Ashley Osborne, News 2.
State leaders for law enforcement as well as the Department of Corrections are now urging the federal government to take action. They've been asking for cell phone signals to be blocked inside of prisons. That request has been denied by the FCC. Now they are asking for your help.
As long as cell phones continue to be utilized by inmates in prisons, we're going to have things like this. We're going to have very well-planned escapes.
Call your representatives. Call the FCC. It's an open comment period. Let them know that this needs to be fixed.
Governor McMaster echoed that statement, saying the best way to end the threat of prison cell phones, quote, is to jam, block, and disrupt the cell phone signal. Unfortunately, the FCC so far will not allow this. Be assured we are working diligently to persuade them otherwise. The Department of Corrections says it's currently spending $7.6 million to put up golf netting around institutions. The goal is to stop contraband being thrown over the fence. The director says that money comes from your tax dollars. He says that money could be used for officer salaries or education to help people re-entering society. You can count on 2 to continue following this story, as Causey again will soon be extradited back to South Carolina. Of course, you can find the very latest on this story on our website. Just go to counton2.com. As North Charleston police continue searching for the 2 men involved in a shooting at Northwoods Mall, more city leaders are talking about recent gun violence. As News 2's Margaret Chadbourne explains, leaders say they are working to stop the bloodshed.
It's time to work collectively. That's the message from North Charleston City Council member Mike Brown and Assistant Police Chief Reggie Burgess. In North Charleston, Margaret Chadbourne, News 2.
If you live in Mount Pleasant, you will pay more for your water. The utility is raising its rates for the 9th year in a row. The increase started at the beginning of July, but as News 2's Travis Rice tells us, some people have been experiencing huge rate spikes.
Good evening, Carolyn. Folks in Mount Pleasant should expect to see a 5% increase in their bill this month, but at least one family says they recently experienced a more than 1,000% spike. In Mount Pleasant, Travis Rice, News 2.
All right, Travis, thank you. A traffic alert if you drive on I-26. Starting Sunday night, construction crews will start nightly lane closures from mile marker 196 to 198 in both directions. That's the area between the Jedburgh Road and Highway 17A exits. The closures will happen between 9 at night and 6 o'clock in the morning. Work is expected to be finished by the end of September. A long-awaited project is finally in the works in West Ashley. Construction has begun to build a new Stono Park Elementary School. News 2's Sophia Arazosa joins us from the closed-down school with more on how parents are reacting to the new construction. Sophia.
Carolyn, most people wouldn't be too excited to see a construction fence like this one go up in their neighborhood, but people here in West Ashley are thrilled to know their hopes of getting a new facility might actually be coming true. Parents and teachers tell us this Stono Park building has long suffered from leaks, mold, and overcrowding, and these documents show plans to rebuild the facility dating back to 2010. That was when people approved a 1-cent sales tax to pay for the CCS building project. Problem is, other schools got rebuilt and Stono Park didn't. Then CCSD introduced the idea to renovate rather than rebuild would put parents and teachers on edge.
Our thing as parents, I think, is really about accountability and transparency. If we voted on a referendum to rebuild 10 schools, our goal is to see all 10 schools rebuilt. We just happen to have it touch us personally here at Stono. But the assumption is when we vote on something as a voter, that that is what will happen in the end.
The school is currently undergoing selective demolition and is slated to be complete in the 2019-2020 school year. Now, CCSD's offices are closed on Fridays during the summer, so we're still waiting to hear back to learn more about the scope of this project. From now, students at Stono are sharing a campus with a charter school at the former St. Andrews Middle School property. Reporting live in West Ashley, Sophia Arzosa, News 2.
Coming up on News 2 at 6.
We do it just to build a good discipline in the kid, teach them the sport, and teach them how to be good citizens. All that can come through the development of basketball.
This week's Everyday Hero is using basketball to help children succeed in all areas of life.
And it's time for our fishing forecast as we take you to the waterways for tomorrow with that high tide at 8:03 in the a.m., low tide 2:07 in the afternoon. You're watching News 2 at 6.